We also wanted to mention Elon Musk making some news here with regard to the operations of Twitter. So, they launched this like the blue checkmark thing that you have to pay for now. The old legacy verified checkmarks like what we have, Sagar, are about to go away. And so he tweeted out, starting April 15th, only verified accounts will be eligible to be in For You recommendations. This is the only realistic way to address advanced AI bot swarms taking over. It is otherwise a hopeless losing battle. Voting in polls will require verification for the same reason. Now, I think it's important to remember, in terms of his claims of like verification, that the new blue check marks do not require a verification. Right. It doesn't actually
identity verification.
Right. The original idea with check marks was that you go through an identity verification process. And so that way, you could look at an account and know that this person is who they say they are. And I didn't realize this actually came out of a lawsuit of someone whose identity was like stolen and they were slandered and whatever. And so this was the solution to that problem. Now, I had issues with the blue checkmark, like legacy blue checkmark system as well. I actually think it should have been much more widespread so that you had much more identity verification on the platform. But the direction Elon is going in is the polar opposite. It makes it much more of a Wild West where you have no idea who is saying what and whether this is real.
Yes.
And now those people who are willing to do the effectively pay to play are going to get a tremendous benefit in terms of their use of this platform. For people who don't know, Twitter now has two settings. You can either look at just who you're following and what they've been tweeting out in order, like just a true sort of timeline, or they have an algorithmically generated For You that the app usually defaults to. They were supposed to change it so it defaults to whichever one you choose, but that's been sort of like, sketchy whether that's actually been happening. So if you're not showing up in the For You algorithmically driven tweets, like you basically have been disappeared on the platform effectively.
Yeah, I think it's a huge mistake. I'll tell you why, which is that the major reason that people follow Twitter, most people don't tweet. Most Twitter users don't actually engage on the platform beyond like a like or scrolling past something. They follow mostly large accounts to try and figure out what's going on. So, what if those people don't pay for their check marks? Are they not going to show up in the For You page? Ergo, are you not going to then have the most timely access to information? And are you instead going to get a bunch of threads from guys talking about intermittent fasting, cold plunges, and how to become a multimillionaire, which are got to be the most annoying tweets on the entire planet. It honestly reminds me of what will happen to Clubhouse. It's like you went on to Clubhouse, there's all these scams about how to make it at whatever in venture capital, and the actual quality discussions weren't there anymore. And so this, as you said, is basically a pay-to-play system for all of these people who desire and want engagement. Now, I'm not saying that many high follow accounts don't want that, but the reason that a lot of these accounts do fundamentally get a lot of followers is because people, again, want to hear what they have to say. So this is more of a TikTokification of Twitter. The reason why I don't think it will work is that the TikTokification, if you will, is surfacing content which they know that you will engage with in a video format. This, again, is more timely access to information that you have curated that you know that you want to look at. If you're an NBA fan, you follow NBA accounts. If you're an NFL guy, you follow NFL accounts. My account is mostly politics because I follow curated news, people that I trust over many years that I've said these are information that I can look at, surface, and then hopefully either try and share it with you or dig into deeper with my own reporting. That is the actual value access of Twitter and always has been for a lot of high, I guess, value, high elite perpetrator, whatever, cultural tastemakers, whatever term that you want to use here. And I think that this will really destroy it. We'll see, though. I mean, as long as I have access to my follower page, my following page, which is not the default, but which you have to click into, I guess it's fine. But, like you said, legacy accounts like yours and mine, I will say I do think it's a problem for anybody who's starting out in the journalism business. You basically have to buy a blue check mark, if you want to get any amplification. You and I have a combined almost 1 million follars. Like, we don't really care, take it away. Like, what's it going to do to me? I don't care. But, if you're starting out, I don't think it's really that fair. I do think it is pay to play.
I think you make an important point, though, about just the usefulness of the platform, because I frankly already find the platform less useful than I used to, and find myself we use it extensively for generating stories and deciding what we're going to cover in the news and finding elements and whatever. Twitter is really central to the way that we operate. And I already find myself using it less just because of some of the algorithmic changes that have already been made, in my day-to-day usage of it. I find it less useful. So I think you're correct in identifying that, the really core problem here is that it's just going to be a less useful platform for everybody. And so people are going to use it less. And, I also will say, just as like a matter of principle, I will never pay for the, I will never pay for the blue check. Not happening. No, you can, I would rather just be kicked off of Twitter than go through the shame of paying for my Twitter access and get my little blue check mark. Never going to do it.
The only way that we would ever do it is if it were materially hurt the business in some way. But it doesn't do anything. I guess it's good whenever we put out announcements about the show, but we have bigger following here on Instagram and on YouTube especially, or on our podcast feed, which nobody's charging me to pay. So it's all right, you want to take it away? I guess that's fine. Maybe other people will feel similarly. I don't know. I genuinely have no idea how this will all play out. Personally, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it'll work that well.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So we shall see. I'm not seeing a lot of business genius here right at this moment, to be honest with you.
There you go.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Soccer and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.